Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, we have been doing CRISPR Therapeutics videos for a long time. And even now, the question basically is, what do we do with CRISPR? Is it time to buy? Can it go further down? Is it going to take off? Are there going to be any catalysts? These are all the questions that we have, and rarely do we get a convincing answer. So today I'm going to have a look at the price chart for CRISPR Therapeutics. I'm going to have a quick look at their pipeline and try to see if there are any catalysts around, and also try to give you my personal opinion on what I think is going to happen with CRISPR Therapeutics price, how low it is going to go, and as far as whether it's still a good opportunity to buy CRISPR, that's totally dependent on your portfolio, your risk profile, and your personal situation. But I will share with you what I think my situation is with regard to CRISPR, and you can probably use that as a example and work out your own situation, whether CRISPR is a buy for you or not. That said, let's get started. Every time I want to understand what's happening with CRISPR Therapeutics, the first thing I do is go into the press releases section, because this is where any legit information about CRISPR Therapeutics would come out. And the last press release out there is 5th of August 2024. Well, the first thing that's of importance out here is the fact that they have $2 billion in cash equivalents in their books as of June 30th, 2024. That's really good. And also the fact that Casgevy is already into the arms of patients is another good thing. We know that at least cells have been collected from 5 patients, and the whole process of converting those cells into Casgevy takes around 6 months. So infusion would probably happen after 6 months. So I think we are very ripe in the 4th quarter for Vertex to tell us that they are going to recognize the revenue for Casgevy, and a part of that could come to CRISPR Therapeutics. So that's another aspect that I'm looking at. Just to give you an idea, let us go to Vertex. I'm just going to add Vertex here temporarily. We had the last earnings on 8th of August 2024. So I think they have not marked the earnings. So April to May, May to June, June to July, July to August. So that way, August to September, September to October, October to November, November to December. Somewhere around December, we'll have an idea of what is the status with regard to recognition of Casgevy revenues. And that's going to be important for us. And then, of course, we have got other items in the pipeline. For example, let us go to the pipeline section. Out here in the pipeline, we have 2 candidates which are already approved, and we are looking for pediatric dosage approval, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, the next generation conditioning, which I'm very enthusiastic about, because that's going to be a game changer if it works out, the CD117. And you can check out a video that I made specifically on the next generation conditioning. I think I did it a couple of weeks ago. Then, of course, in immuno-oncology and autoimmune diseases, we have got 2 candidates in the clinical trial, phase 1/2 clinical trials. And in terms of in vivo approaches, we got 2 candidates for cardiovascular disease in the phase 1 clinical trial. And we have diabetes-related therapy, regenerative medicine, CTX211 in phase 1/2 clinical trial. And I think that's now predominantly owned by CRISPR Therapeutics. And those are all very, very positive things that I'm looking at. And I was hoping that we would get at least some data release somewhere, some catalyst from any of these candidates that could move the needle. But unfortunately, we have not had any such luck. And now I'm going to look at CRISPR Therapeutics price chart, and I'm going to give you an idea of what I think. Of course, these are all my personal opinion, not financial advice, so please be careful. If I was to look at this whole thing as a swing trade and assume that we are at the worst possible situation with regard to CRISPR Therapeutics, and that in September there will be rate cuts, this month later on we'll have rate cuts, and that's going to bring a bit of relaxation in the capital markets, then I think CRISPR would definitely pick up, because the risk appetite will be back. it'll be relatively easier money as compared to the very tight money situation right now. In which case, I would say that now would be a good time to get into a swing trade position, assuming that you'll get stopped somewhere around 55.34 or closer to it around 50. So if someone was to buy now, they have a possibility to make a gain of $5 to $6 per share. Of course, it's not going to happen overnight. It may take some time because the share has been consolidating over a period of time and it's moving very slowly in the absence of any catalyst. And the next catalyst is on 30th of October, failing something else coming up in between. So we have a long way to go. So from now to 30th of October, there could be at least one opportunity to gain $5 or $6 on CRISPR Therapeutics. So that's one way of looking at it. That is for a swing trade kind of a situation. And I'm looking at the momentum, which is also very low, coming very close to the bottom. And MACD is also bearish, which kind of gives me an idea that the price is going to come down further. And then the stop that it has got is 42.84. So I'll be very keen to see what happens to CRISPR Therapeutics at 42.84. And if that comes closer to the rate cut decision, then I would definitely consider seriously to buy 100 shares of CRISPR in my portfolio, assuming that the rate cuts are going to be positive for genomic companies like CRISPR Therapeutics. And that would be a long-term position for me. I wouldn't be selling it unless I find that the prices are going to drop somewhere, in which case first option for me would be to sell a covered call. But if I fear that things are going to be worse, then I would probably go in for selling the share altogether and waiting on the sidelines like I'm doing right now. So this year I have had good profits with CRISPR, but I want to end the year with 100 CRISPR. Now I'm going on to the second aspect. Many people in the markets are saying that last 2 weeks of September is going to be bad, as well as October will be bad, and November onwards there will be a pickup. And of course in December we always look forward to the Santa Claus rally. So if that is the case, then if that aspect takes hold of the market, then it's also possible that we may come down further all the way to 38.68. It doesn't seem likely right now, but that is possible in the market. The markets can go wrong longer than you can hold on. So I wouldn't put it past CRISPR Therapeutics to touch 36.68. So my first line of defense is going to be 44.76. This is where I'm going to be watching. And I'll also be watching the futures when the rate cut comes in to see which direction the market is leaning. And I'll try to take a bite at 42.84. But if by the time the interest rate announcement comes, if we're already close to 38.56, I'll just go in, because I don't think CRISPR Therapeutics should fall below that. But anything can happen. This is my personal opinion, not financial advice. So please do your own due diligence. The question that I would be asking myself as a CRISPR investor is that we have seen a lot of destruction of value. Now we have dropped in value almost 50%. From 29th of Feb 2024 to right now. So around 29th of Feb 2024, even if CRISPR Therapeutics had as much cash as we have right now, let us call it a wash. But still, the revenues for CashJV are fast approaching. They are imminent, more imminent now than they were on 29th of Feb 2024. So that is the first positive. The second positive is that we still have as much cash as we had on 29th of Feb. So that's also another big positive for CRISPR Therapeutics. And on top of that, I think the rate cut prospects are now way closer on 5th of September 2024 than they were on 29th February 2024. So all that put together, I'm thinking, how do we justify this 50% drop? Of course, I don't imagine that CRISPR Therapeutics is going to overnight jump and regain all of this. But at that point of time, on 29th of February, we were at $89.52 on February 2024. And right now, we are at 44.83. So I'm thinking that we are definitely going to be able to break 1, 2, 3, at least 3 resistances on our way up when the market turns. I'll just take the opportunity to color these lines as resistances. And even this will become a resistance. Now let's do a sanity check with what the analysts are saying. I'm on the NASDAQ website, and the analysts have got three ranges. The low is 30, and the average is 74, and the high is 105. These are 12-month targets that have been given by analysts. And if you go and have a look at Crispr Therapeutics, I'm personally thinking that 38.68 should be strong enough support, but $30 is below that. The analysts have got various sophisticated models. So if they are looking at 30, I think I would be very careful and wait for the markets to drop. And when they are closer to 38.68, I might take a bite. It's all dependent on how the market reacts to the rate cut and any new catalyst that CRISPR can deliver between now and the earnings date of 30th October 2024. So friends, that's all. I would like to hear from you. What do you think about CRISPR? Do you have CRISPR in your portfolio? And are you bullish about it? Please put it in the comments. See you later. Bye for now.